Alright, so our topic is about names. Can you tell me, does your name have any special meaning?
Um, when I was born, my parent named me Quang, in which in our language translates into light. And so I believe that my parent named me like that for the sole reason that I would be successful and I would always be on top and the light would always shine my way.
Oh, that's so meaningful. So, can you tell me how do you choose the names for your next generation?
Um, I I don't really have a name of I don't really have a name in my mind right now, but if the child is a boy, I think I would name him Chung because I in my language it refers to loyalty and I want my son to be a faithful and a loyalty husband to his future wife. And if my child is a female, if my child is a female, I think that I would name her Huang as which has the same name as my sister. I think that the name Huang would make me believe that she would grow up as a beautiful young girl and she would be always successful and would be very wise in her choices of her decisions in life.
Okay, really thoughtful. So, does anyone in your family have the same name as you?
In my family, there is no one that has the same name as I do, and I don't think that there are any names, anyone in my family or even in my generation that have an identical name because I I think that my grandparents and my parents' generation they think that having the same name in a generation or in a family is rather unlucky or and they believe that will bring misfortune to whoever holds the same and identical names.
Okay. So, are there any differences between how Vietnamese people name their children now and the one in the past?
Um, in the past, I believe that there isn't many differences in how people name their children now versus how they name them. But I did see a standout point that many years ago, people usually name their children with a nickname rather than usually call their child by their nickname rather than their name. And they usually choose their children's nickname by objects or something that is closely related to their physical or their emotional or their physical or their emotional personalities. Yeah, their personalities. And usually, and now there is like I believe that there is a lot of ways for parents to nickname their child. I even see people naming their child like something like cockroaches or something else. And yeah, I'm not really a fan of that.
Okay, so this is the end of part one. Now let's move to another part of our speaking test today. Well, let's talk about the way to search for information. How can people search for information now?
Um, No, nowadays I think that people can find information about something rather easily. Just they just need a mobile devices or a computer or anything that can access the internet, and then they also need a stable internet connection, and that will enable them that will enable them the knowledge the 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 wide knowledge of the internet, and they can essentially search for anything, not only on the planet but even in the universe.
Mm. So, what kind of information can people get from the television?
I think that usually people can get two things from the televisions. One is news, and the second one is entertainment. So, first of all, in the entertainment part, people can have information about things like game shows or even shopping, even documentaries, and sometimes um,
Current affair.
yeah, the current affairs. And for the news, they can find information about how the world is changing every day, how diseases are spreading, and cure, and essentially everything that is happening around on the globe.
Mm. So, with the development of the internet, do you think that library is still important?
I think that library would still be an indispensable, would still hold an indispensable part in our heart, because I think that even though yes, the internet is a very powerful and very easy to use tool, they can access any information worldwide, anywhere, anytime, with just one click of a mouse button. But people sometimes go to the library not only for finding information, but they also want to look for something entertaining to read. And moreover, I think that many people love to go to the library just because they love how quiet and how peaceful the library is. They love the sensation when they touch the books in with their fingers, and many people just doesn't like to to go and surf the web for something that they want to look for, and instead they just go to a local library. They can make friends, they can study, they can they can search for books that they want, and they can also find a lot of information about everything in such libraries.